Hello, welcome to Community Corner. My two pals are.
Hello, my name is Aaron County Castle.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ryan Nicholas Gray.
Today our guest is Sarah Smith, who is an independent support staff. She is an active advocate for self-determination, for supporting those with challenges like me. She is a positive role model for others, as her experience in supporting an individual with developmental challenges has shown energy, humor, and a deep desire to prove a strong work ethic. She is always upbeat, outgoing, and she shares a team effort to work together in life, skills, tasks. Her goal is to encourage. Please welcome my staff, Sarah Smith.
Good afternoon, my dear. Welcome to our show. Welcome
Good
to the
afternoon.
program, Sarah. Welcome
Thank you for
indeed.
having
Welcome.
me, guys.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. It's nice to have you on the show.
Please tell us about your family growing up.
Well, I grew up in Lansing, Michigan, near to East Lansing. My mom and dad, and then I have three siblings. I have my brother and my sister, and then I also have something that David didn't share with you. I have a adopted sister also.
Adopted
So
sister.
yeah,
An adopted sister.
yeah,
Whoa!
yeah,
That's quite a shock.
yeah.
Share school experiences and hobby interests.
School,
Interests,
I went
yes.
to Waverly High School. Once again, that's in Lansing, Michigan. And my hobbies that I like to do, I love doing nails. I'm interested in that. And also I love, helping people such as David. And I never really realized how much I loved it until I got into this business. It started off with helping my grandma after she got into her accident, and I needed to stay home
Okay.
and help her. She got we made a whole apartment in our basement for her, and I would come down there and I would feed her breakfast, her lunch, her dinner. I'd do her laundry. I'd take her to her appointments. I'd give her medicine that she needed, morning, afternoons, nights. So that's when I really got into all this.
Now, Sarah, having family and grandparents is a vital, important role, my dear. So please explain to us the role your grandparents had in your life growing up.
My grandma's always been in my life. My grandpa, he's always lived very far. He lived in Atlanta.
In Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia.
Yeah, so we would always we'd always make trips there to see him as much as we could.
All right.
But he was always working. He was a CEO for the Atlanta hospital, so he was always busy. My grandma, she's always been around. And then when we moved into our newest house, where my parents live now, she lives in our basement, so she's always around, and I'd always be down there helping her. My other grandma, on my dad's side, she lives right around the corner from us, so I'd always go over there and say hi to her. My grandpa, he passed away in 2000, so that was a hard time. But I've always been close to my grandparents.
I'm very sorry for your loss, my dear.
What various jobs
It's always a hard
have
time.
you had?
Jobs that I've had, well, for the longest, for at least about two and a half years, I was helping my grandma, and I was getting paid by the government to assist her. But before then, I would be working in clothing stores, the malls, Aeropostale. I worked in Hollister. I also was sold jewelry, sunglasses. So most of my time was really helping my grandma, though. So that's when I just realized this is where I am now, and I like making people happy, so this is where it fits me.
Yeah.
That's good.
Did you choose to continue your education after high school? And if not, what did you decide to do?
After high school, I enrolled in Lansing Community College, and I tried that for a little while until my grandma got into her accident. And I stopped going. I was looking to go into cosmetology school. And I still plan on going back. I just don't know if it's going to be for a couple more years. Like I work with David full time, and I enjoyed this a lot. So right now my schedule is a little tight.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, Sarah, my dear, how did you choose to work the field of disabilities? Because many people think disability is not quite the field I want to get into. So how did you choose to do this wonderful field? How did you choose that?
I was a little nervous at first. I looked into all the different kind of disability jobs that I could go into.
Okay.
But this was more comfortable. I didn't like the thought of having to take control of somebody's, as giving meds. That it's a little scary. And David, when I found David, they were telling me he's an easygoing guy. He DJs, he volunteers at all these places. His life is very busy and it's full of, fun. And he does more than I do. Before I met him, he's just brought excitement into my life, honestly.
Really?
What previous experiences have you had with a disability population?
Well, probably I would say my grandma. My grandma, is the most part. That was the first I've ever had to deal with anything as helping out someone with a disability.
Please share your work goals and how you are working to achieve them.
My work goals right now are really helping David on everything that he's working on. So basically we're a team at checking his voicemails for his business, getting better at his DJ gigs, making sure that we have everything set up right, getting, laundry done, making sure that we, yes, getting better at cooking. Me and him both, he's helped me a lot with cooking. He's shown me a lot of new foods.
That's good, David.
So that's a lot of work ethics that we are both working on together, because day to day, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, I'm with him, and my work goals are his.
I think me Sunday next month.
Oh, Sunday too. Okay. Sundays.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
So,
Like
Sarah,
Yes.
how did you choose an agency employment? Because many people think it's hard to choose from Morgue, from CLS. So, how did you choose to be part of this agency called Always Cares? Why did you want to join them? Why?
Always Care Plus.
Yeah, why?
I found them actually on Craigslist. They were on there, and I was just looking. They're saying, we need help with multiple people in our location, Oakland County. I didn't know too much about them. It was just a time where I moved here. I moved into the city. I've only been living here for about 2 years.
2 years?
2 years only?
2 years, that's it?
Yep. And I needed to find something fairly quick. I had rent to pay. So I found Always Care Plus, and I met the boss, and he seemed,
John?
yeah.
John Mellon. I know John very well.
Yeah, John. He's a very nice,
Yeah.
funny guy.
Hi, John.
Yes. Yep.
John
yes.
Mellon.
Yeah,
So-
he is funny.
So that's how I found Always Care Plus.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found something you're good at, my dear.
Yeah.
What
Thank you.
are the training requirements to work in this field?
The training requirements for this field is fairly easy. I did have to go to one class. I had to take a CPR class,
Oh.
and they taught several things in that class. So you have to go once a year just to make sure that you're up on it and you remember how to do everything. So yeah, just once a year with these classes.
Is that how often you have to renew the training?
Yep, every year.
Okay, every year?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, what is the mission statement of Always Care? Because sometimes I never heard the mission. I never heard the mission statement before. Always Care Plus. What is it?
They are basically to help people bring in staff
Okay.
that clients need help with day-to-day basis,
Okay.
getting places,
Do anything. Do anything.
food. You know, there's several things. Some people may need more assistance than others.
Oh, really?
David, I mean, he's perfect. He knows how to do mostly everything on his
Really?
own. So I got it pretty easy, but a lot of other people are, it's a lot difficult.
Well,
So
Sarah, it's hard. Sometimes it's very fun to do. Agency election can be quite hard. And you do remember, choose and earn is the proper thing to do.
yes.
David?
Does this agency have a website where folks can learn about them?
Yes, and I believe it's www.alwayscareplus.org.
Can you please repeat that?
www.alwayscareplus.org.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What was the agency interview like, and what paper was required each week?
The agency interview. They made it very comfortable. They asked me, what am I comfortable with doing? Just basically the hours I'd be able to work. The paperwork that they needed was my registration, my insurance, my state ID, of course, my resume. They needed, what else? It was a lot, and it's hard to remember. It was a lot of paperwork. It took at least about 2 hours to get done. But yeah, mainly they definitely need registration to make sure that you are driving a safe vehicle, as if you get into any kind of car accident,
Yeah.
that you can show proof of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sarah, so how does the agency keep in touch with you to know what it needs?
they'll call me when they need something. They'll call me, but pretty much I know what to do, and if I have any questions, I call them.
All right. David?
What do you need to do to see a client, and how do you decide who to work with?
Okay, well, John will, or Amanda, will go off and look at all the people that have called to need assistance. So then they will find somebody that will match up with their needs, that staff can do. And then they will call the client and set up an appointment for the client to interview the staff. So the staff gets hired by the client. If the client likes them, then they're hired. But the staff also can say, no, I'm not comfortable with this job. And then they go on to finding the next.
Make sure don't pick Ryan, 'cause he's crazy.
Oh,
Really?
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 It's not that crazy, but
You still might get mad at me.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
oh, okay. What changes has this type of work made to your personal life?
Oh my gosh, it's changed a lot of outlooks in my life. On disabilities, especially people like David, it's brought so much happiness. The things that I get to experience with David, going to his DJ gigs, seeing everybody that is so happy out there dancing, it's made me appreciate a lot more. It really has. Thank you, David.
I mean, you'll be seeing me a lot, and you'll be seeing me a lot more in September too, because I'll be right there with him.
You'll be there?
Oh, yeah, too.
I've seen you. I've seen you one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Sarah?
Yes.
Really? Sarah, we had a previous guest, Roger McCarville.
Yeah.
The late Roger McCarville, who was a very good advocate about disabilities. And he always said, it's not ability, about abilities, not disabilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he was an advocate of disabilities.
Yeah, that's true.
So how do you figure out the client's weekly hours, keep track of the individual PCP, person-centered planning, goals, and guide the daily hours? So how do you keep track of all this important information?
Well, we have daily service logs and timesheets where you fill out every day from the time that you have started to end.
Okay.
And then there's also a summary where you can tell about the day of what you've done. And then there's also a plus minus.
Yeah.
You can, and that's what tells on their how they have acted throughout the day, as if they were, misbehaving.
What?
Sorry, Ryan.
But David never gets minuses; he always gets pluses. So that's good.
I'm thinking my marriages, please.
Oh, really? You boneheaded Yahoo!
And with his goals, we always meet with David's counselor.
Okay.
Is that's what he'd be called, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Eric Black.
Eric Black.
Yes, he is very awesome. He comes and meets with me, David, and his mother, and we all.
A month or every 2 weeks.
Yes, and we all just sit down.
And laugh.
And yeah, we laugh, but we also talk about what we need to work on.
Busted.
Sorry, Ryan.
Busted.
So that's how we work on his goals and figure out what we're getting done and what we're not getting done and what needs to be worked on.
How do you schedule your personal life needs around your work schedule?
Well, I figure it out. I figure out what days. Some days I have, they're very flexible. We get done as much as we can, and some days I'll have off days, and I'll fit that in when I can. So, and things like seeing my parents, I'll maybe go on a Sunday, take a trip to Lansing, and just spend the night, and get back Monday morning.
Cool. Have you ever had to change your own plans or needs to meet the needs of others?
Yeah, sometimes I'll hold, something off that might not be so major in my life to make sure that I get my job done. So David always comes first.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's, very crazy going on, then I'm sure, his mother is wonderful, so she always understands.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, great Lord.
And the question is this, Sarah. You must be willing to be flexible in this work. Is that a challenge for you?
No, it's not a challenge for me right now because I'm not going, I'm not having to go to school right now. It's really just work, and then everything else that I do at home when I get off. I have plenty of time to myself, so yeah.
All right.
It's very flexible.
Okay, Rihanna, what are your long-term goals?
The long-term goals.
Where are they?
I haven't made the decision yet. When I first got into this, my mind was stuck on cosmetology school. Now that I'm working with David, I'm starting to see maybe something more that I like and that I may be more better. And not saying that I couldn't pursue this job later on with my nails, but I am right now. I found something that I like a lot.
All right.
That's cool.
I will close.
And it's always good to do what you like.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it. How much time do we have? Then, guys, I don't ask you about the restaurant because you only see each is the deep fried orange chicken.
All right, I'll close. Do we have learned a wonderful information about a client's support staff? This takes a special desire to serve on the efficiency of others, to work with various issues. Sarah expresses desire to work in a helping team and to share ideas or encourage plans, opportunities. Let's start. Independence as positive and reach goals to meet various needs. We deeply appreciate you hearing your information today, Sarah. Thank you, guest.
Thank you,
Madam
guys.
Desiree.
I'm David DeWitt. Thank you for watching Orion TV, Siemens TV, and YouTube.com.
Good night.
I'm David DeWitt. My two friends are.
And my name is Aaron Castle. Thanks for watching on TV, CMN, and YouTube.
That's Vidanya.
That's Vidanya. Bye, y'all.